Welcome. We are solving a very good question from GATE 2014 from electrical branch. So this was a very good question, and so you can see there is a very big circuit, and it was a very interesting question and very time consuming question also. So this was from GATE 2014 from electrical branch. So it was a numerical answer type question. So you can see there are 4 diodes connected here. This is the capacitor, this is resistance Rs, this is the Zener diode. So the Zener voltage is 5 volt and the power dissipation is given as 14 watt. This is your input source, this is the load resistance. So in this we should read the statement. So it says the sinusoidal AC source has an RMS value of 20 upon under root 2 volt. So this has an RMS value of 20 upon under root 2 volt. So then it says considering all possible values of RL. So it means RL is variable. So this is a case of load regulation. This is a case of load regulation because RL is variable. So we have to find the minimum possible value of Rs. So for this resistance we have to find the minimum possible value to avoid burn out of Zener diode. So let's try to solve this question. So what we have to do is, this resistance Rs is given, this is resistance Rs. We have to find its minimum value so that this Zener diode does not burn out. So first of all, the RMS value is given as 20 upon under root 2. So let's say it is V in, so we can write V in equal to 20 sine omega t. So this is the equation of V in. So its RMS value is 20 upon under root 2 and maximum value can be 20. The maximum value can be 20. So now let's say this is diode D1, this is D2, this is D3, this is D4. So these are the 4 diodes. So during the positive half cycle, the capacitor is initially uncharged, so we will take all initial conditions as 0. So during the positive half cycle, D1 and D4 will obviously be off. D1 and D4 will be off because this P is connect, this is N terminal, this is P terminal, this is N, this is P. So D1 and D4 will be off. These two will be off. And D2 and D3 will be on. So in the positive half cycle, D2 and D3 will be on. So we can redraw the circuit like this. So this is off. So now this branch has no effect. And this also we can remove. So now what will happen is this capacitor will get charged through this path. The current will flow. This will be on, so it can be replaced by short circuit. Because ideal on diode can be replaced by short circuit and ideal off diode can be replaced by open circuit. So this is the circuit. So the current will flow in this direction. So this capacitor will get charged. So you can see the loop is complete. The loop is complete. So the current will start flowing from here, go in this direction, charge this capacitor, come here and complete the loop. Because capacitor is initially 0 volt, so the full current will go through the capacitor and no current will flow through this resistance Rs. So this capacitor will be charged, and as you can see there is no resistance in the path. The resistance of the path is 0. So the time constant is given as Rc. The time constant will be 0. So this capacitor will be charged instantly. As soon as the supply is switched on, this voltage will go into the positive half cycle. The capacitor will be charged instantly because the time constant of this loop is 0. There is no resistance in this loop what I have drawn. So the capacitance will get charged instantly. So if we see the curve of the input voltage, then it will be like this. So at T by 4, this is a full cycle. This is your input voltage V in. So V in is 20 sine omega t. So at T by 4 it has charged to 20 volt. At T by 2 it will come to 0. At 3T by 4 it will be minus 20. So this voltage is minus 20. So this is the waveform of the input voltage. So the capacitor will also charge by this same waveform. So at T by 4, the capacitor voltage will be equal to 20 volt. The capacitor voltage at time T equal to T by 4 will be equal to 20 volt. The capacitor voltage at time T equal to T by 4 will be equal to 20 volt. Now let's again draw the diodes and we will see what happens after time T by 4. So now we will look at the situation from T by 4 to T by 2. From the time T by 4 to T by 2. So at T by 4, the capacitor charged to 20 volt. So this capacitor has charged to 20 volt. So from T by 4 to T by 2, from T by 4 to T by 2, from T by 4 to T by 2, V in will always be less than 20 volt because now V in will start decreasing. So from T by 4 to time T by 2, V in will be positive but less than 20 volt. But capacitor has charged to 20 volt. So Vc will be greater than V in. So the capacitor voltage will now dominate the input voltage because V in started rising from time 0 and at T by 4 V in reached its maximum value 20 volt and at T by 4 the capacitor got charged to 20 volt. Then from T by 4 to T by 2 V in will fall from 20 volt to 0, but the capacitor voltage will not fall. The capacitor voltage will remain constant at 20 volt. So now this capacitor will D1 and D4 were already reverse biased in the positive cycle. But now this capacitor is also connected to D3. This is negative, this is positive. Okay. So now this negative 20 volt is connected to P terminal of D3 and this positive 20 volt is connected to negative terminal of D2. So at D2 this voltage is less than 20 volt, this is 20 volt. So now D2 will also be off because P voltage is less than N voltage. And at D3 this voltage is minus 20 volt and this voltage is minus 19.9 or something because it is less than, because this capacitor negative 20 volt is connected here. So this is negative 20 volt and this will be more negative or you can say positive. So D3 will also be off. So D3 will also be off. Because this voltage will be minus 19.9, let's say for an example. So minus 19.9 is bigger than minus 20, so D3 will also be off. So from T by 4 to T by 2, from T by 4 to T by 2, in this duration all the 4 diodes will be off. D1 will be off, D2 will be off, D3 will be off, D4 will be off. In this duration only D1 and D4 were off. From 0 to T by 4, from 0 to T by 4 D1 were off, D4 were off, but D2 and D3 were on. But from T by 4 to T by 2 the capacitor voltage is dominating, so it will turn off the other two diodes as well. So all the 4 diodes will be off. Again in the negative cycle, this will be plus, this will be minus. So again in the negative cycle the capacitor voltage is remaining constant, so all the diodes will remain off. All the diodes will remain off because say this voltage is minus 20, this voltage can be maximum minus 20. This voltage can be maximum minus 20. So in the negative cycle again the voltage of N terminal will be more than P terminal, so D1 will be off. D4 will also be, this voltage is plus 20 because it is connected to plus, this voltage will be plus say 19.9. So again the voltage of N terminal is more than the voltage of P terminal, so D4 will also be off. So in the negative cycle also all the 4 diodes will be off. So in the negative cycle all the 4 diodes will be off. D1, D2, D3, D4 will always be off. So it means that the diodes D1 and D4, the diodes D1 and D4 will never turn on in the whole cycle of the input signal. Okay, the diode D1 and D4 will never turn on in the full cycle of the input signal. So we can say that the left half of the circuit, this half of the circuit will work only as peak positive voltage detector. The left half of the circuit is working as positive peak detector. So from this side up to this capacitor, this half of the circuit is working like positive peak detector. So it will detect the maximum positive value of the input voltage, and this capacitor will get charged to that value. So if we redraw the circuit, if we now this voltage is 20 volt and now we have to consider only this part, so we can redraw the circuit. So now we can redraw the circuit. So this is 20 volt, this is the voltage of the capacitor, this is your resistance Rs, this is the Zener diode, and this is the load resistor RL. So that big circuit has now reduced to this small circuit. This is the voltage of the capacitor 20 volt. This is your Rs. We have to find its minimum value. This is RL, it is variable. This is the Zener diode. So we can say maximum power dissipation of Zener diode is given by this Vz into Iz maximum. So the Pz maximum we were given as 1 upon 4 in the question. So 1 upon 4, this Vz was given as 5 and Iz maximum. So we can find Iz maximum equal to 50 milliampere. Iz maximum equal to 50 milliampere. So now we can apply the formula I in equal to Iz maximum plus IL minimum. So this is your Iz, this is your IL, so this will be the input current. So this input current will get divided into two parts, Iz and IL. So if Iz is maximum, then IL will be minimum, and for IL minimum we can consider RL to be infinite, because we were given that RL is variable, so we can take the maximum value of IL. Sorry, we can take the minimum value of IL and maximum value of RL. So Iz maximum is 50 milliampere. IL minimum will be 0 when this RL is infinite. So In is equal to 50 milliampere. This In is equal to 50 milliampere. So this In will be given by Vin minus Vz upon Rs. So Vin is equal to 20, Vz is 5 upon Rs, and In is 50 milliampere. So if you solve it, you will get Rs equal to 300 ohm. We will get Rs equal to 300 ohm. So the 300 ohm is the correct answer for this question. So this was a very good question, conceptual question based on the concepts. So thank you. Please like and share the video and subscribe the channel, and thanks.